trade recap 16th of March. I'm up 2 hours on the day, could have made way more. I missed a good trade, which I've wrote down on my pre-market plan. But yeah, let's dive into it. Basically, today was my expectancy the following. We held pretty good support down there during the ETH. Wait, where is it? Can I go over? Yeah, we held the support down there and then basically had a constant rebidding all the way up there through this whole balance around here, and I had like some expectancies. After the first hour, they were looking like they want to expand higher, go through this low volume area here, and maybe seeing some sellers finally starting to enter at this area, or they come down once more, hold this area maybe, or they come to the 600-700 area, this one, or somewhere around here. That were my areas. And if we would have failed here, just constantly selling it. Yeah. I've only taken one trade today and I missed another great trade, but the first trade I've taken today, and today the price action was pretty shitty. We had like this huge sell-off somewhere in this 690 area, not the exact area I was waiting for, but from down there all of a sudden there were like buyers starting to step in, made like this huge bid and stalled out here, and we saw some resistance and buyers starting to come in at this area. Why exactly at this spot? Because we had some low volume area around here, and after the acceptance higher 6715, yeah, it was around there 6712, after they got back to the other side of the balance, I did expect them to hold out this area with good order flow. I wouldn't have entered it just based on the area, because I found out that in most cases I just get knifed and stopped out. So that wouldn't be a high probability setup. Instead, I waited for it. Instead, I waited for the structure to tell me that this is a trade I can take. And yeah, what did I see down there? We had like some pretty hefty sellers getting absorbed, and there's this good bidding in my opinion. From down there, was like a bidding from at least 6.5 points, which told me that finally I can expect buyers to hold this area once more. And yeah, I just put out my limit orders. I had a pretty great entry in my opinion, and I've taken off 2/3 from my regular trading size at a 3R, 15 points, 60 ticks. And then they stalled out somewhere up there. I wanted to catch them getting back into those highs and maybe expanding higher, which we've seen numerous times over the last few weeks, especially with this crazy market environment. But yeah, ultimately they failed, and I've placed my stop loss below those lows. Why? Because I told myself, if they want to go lower, and the structure was telling me here, if they want to go lower, I want to be out and I want to take profit, because yeah, it's just still a 10-point profit for the last contract, not a 15-point, but a 10-point as well. And yeah, back then we had like some pretty constant selling. They were trying to hold this area. What price action wasn't, I wasn't a big fan of it. And what was the order flow telling us? Yeah, and basically the other trade, the order flow was quite good as well, because we had like some prior selling, then buyers came in, pushed it higher, and we had another seller's shape being stopped down there, and they held like this negative delta area up here. And yeah, as you guys can see, that was the area I was looking for a second time to go long from, because we made like a prior high from this low, so I could expect them to hold this area. But I just didn't like what the order flow was telling me. It was like this slowly lower high structure shaping up, which yeah, finally failed. And then they came to the area I was pretty interested into buying. Why haven't I bought it? Basically, I was waiting maybe a little bit too much about the order flow, about the confirmation of the order flow. But what did I like about this area? We just came to this one here, 6685. It's like a textbook example in my opinion. yeah, it was this one here, the low of the day. And why didn't I go long from down there? The volume profile area was pretty good, but they the order flow wasn't like really telling it to me because we had like some pretty big sellers coming in, as you guys can see down there as well, 178, 138. We had some rotations going on, and after I saw this high making, I wanted to go long, but I placed my limit orders I think a little bit too low, so it didn't got filled, and then they ripped it from here and had like this constant bidding all the way up to this current highs, and they're failing from this area once more, 6, 7, 15. So basically they are failing from this area right now, but I didn't want to trade it because then in the afternoon the movement got like pretty worse, and there's no need for trading it. It's also a good trade if you understand that you just shouldn't take a trade because the market conditions aren't the proper ones for your system, and I just don't like trading this kind of thing. But yeah, in the end, I'm up on the day, 2 hour, and yeah, let's see what the next days will bring me.